Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub. It is Thursday, July the 8th. It is game 2 of the NBA Finals from the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns. And the pub is full. And we're not taking any more drinkers right now. We're full. We're full capacity right now here on the NBA Pub Hub for this game 2. We've got your host, Ian Cameron. We've got Conor Mac. We've got Skee Profit. We've got Dutch. We've also got TROT joining us again today for game 2. And Billy Briz as well, getting us in the house here for game 2, ready for Bucks and the Suns. Let's get right to it. Since there's 6 of us, we're all going to have side total and props opinions. So let's just dive right into it. We've got Bucks Suns game 2. Pretty much see Milwaukee. Actually, Phoenix now down to about a 4.5, 5-point home favorite in most spots. They were 5.5 yesterday. The total in this game currently right now in that 220 and a half range in this one. The Milwaukee Bucks have shown the propensity to be pretty decent the last few times that they've had a loss. They've had an against the spread loss in the playoffs. They've bounced back well in the Atlanta series and in the Brooklyn series before that. We did see this team play good bounce back basketball following a bad game, but saying an average opponent they're playing. They're playing a Brooklyn team that was down to pretty much in that series, KD, they lost, of course, Irving during that series. Harden was never fully 100% and fully right in that series. And look, Phoenix is better than Atlanta. Okay, so while the Bucks did bounce back from poor performances in those two series against those two opponents, doing it against the Suns is like a different beast if you're Milwaukee. And the thing that bothers me is I kept looking multiple times at that game 1 box score. And of course, we all watched game 1. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, of course, Milwaukee's got to play better defensively. It's where it's going to have to start for them tonight. But the one thing they can't have happen, they allowed to happen, in game 1. You have to make the decision if you're Bud and if you're the Bucks defensively that maybe we're going to let Chris Paul get his, but we're going to take away some other things. We're going to let Devin Booker get his, but we're going to take away some other things. We'll let Ayton maybe down low have a nice game, but we're going to take away some of the other players that are integral to this Suns team. But you cannot, under any circumstances, have what happened in game 1 for Milwaukee, where Paul's getting 32 points, Booker's heating up for 27, Ayton's dropping 22, Payne and Johnson, the law firm of Cameron and Cameron, great name, by the way, with double-digit points, both of them in that game. Like, you got to take something away. You've got to shut down something defensively. You can't have Paul doing his thing, Booker having a big game, Ayton lighting you up. You can't have the bench stepping up and contributing like they did for the Suns. Because you know what? If that continues tonight and it continues the rest of the series, it's a one-way ticket to Sweepville for the Phoenix Suns. You're going to get your ass swept if that keeps up. So that's the problem for Milwaukee. What are they going to do? The pick and roll just absolutely crushed that team in game 1. The pick and roll of the Suns just demoralized them. The switching that worked so well on defense against Atlanta, Bud, like a stubborn moron that he sometimes is, he stuck with it in game 1, even though it was clearly not working. It's up to him now. This is where, you've got a personnel that's gotten you to the finals, I think, at times, I feel, in spite of this coach. This is where Bud has to put his money where his mouth is and say, what answer do I have to what happened in game 1? So initially, I like Milwaukee. I kind of still lean to them, but I was alarmed by the way they defended in game 2. And if you're Bud tonight, that's enough, all right, with Brook Lopez. I know he stepped up offensively without Giannis, but Giannis is back now. His defense was embarrassing, actually, to be honest with you. It was that bad in game 1. You can't play that many minutes. So from a prop standpoint, I could see maybe a Lopez under tonight just because I don't think he can't possibly see the floor this much here tonight after what we saw defensively. They were just treating them like a human piñata in game 1. They attacked him relentlessly, Phoenix, at the defensive end of the floor, and they made him pay. So I don't think you should see him as much. We'll have to wait and see. But I lean Milwaukee, maybe a little first half because you'd think they'd come strong in this game, but it's not a strong opinion. The total, you'd think the adjustments are going to be made defensively, so it makes me lean under. But, Skee said it before game 1, and it played out that way. They all talked about we want to set up our offense before the half-court defense sets up, for both of these teams. And we saw that. Both teams were pushing the ball in game 1. So I'm not really all that strong on the under or feel confident about it either. So it's lukewarm opinions on the Bucks and the under for me. As far as props go, Giannis, I think, is going to get a lot more time. He's going to be more comfortable. Points and rebounds over. I could like that, I think, tonight with Giannis, especially the rebound prop. I think he's going to be a big deal in the low post. Chris Paul double-double. Someone was reading my mind in the chat. Someone already posted that. I like that quite a bit. Chris Paul double-double at a plus price. Because when you look at it, guys, he could have had a double-double more than a few times already. And he was just an assist or two short of it the last game. And I think this game you might see him pass the ball just a little bit more. He's going to get his 10 points. The question is he going to get his 10 assists? I think he's got a good chance to get there tonight with that. So Chris Paul double-double, I do like that. I like Giannis over points and rebounds. And I think I like his over rebounds by itself quite a bit as well. Drew Holiday maybe for the Bucks because it wasn't one of his better games. Could he come back and look, Chris Paul kind of abused him a little bit. Who's kidding who? But he's a prideful player. He's a good player. You would expect Drew Holiday to have a better game. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Giannis over points and rebounds and over rebounds. Chris Paul double-double. DeAndre Ayton over points. Might as well keep rolling with it. It's working. And Drew Holiday, I think, might have a bounce-back offensive game as well. Skee Profit, we'll start with you. What do you think game 2, Milwaukee, Phoenix?
I'm kind of all over the place just like you, Ian.
Yes. It's an all-over-the-place kind of game.
Right. The total, really I'll talk about the side first. All season or all playoffs long, I always talk about it. And, we see it continue. The refs love the Phoenix Suns. For whatever reason, they give them every single foul call, and they don't give anything to the other team. You hear Coach Budenholzer complaining about it. I feel like it's pretty blatant. And in the NBA Finals, I don't think you could have an entire Finals with the refs being on one side. So I think the Bucks get some calls tonight. And when the Suns win, they usually cover. Like I said, they had, I think, 75 or 76 wins, and like 60-something of them were covers. So I think the Bucks can win this game. Like, I don't want to take them plus 4.5 because if the Suns win, I think they'll cover. I think the Bucks can sneak and get a win. I think this is more of like a 4-2 series. I don't think the Suns are just going to run away with it. So lean Bucks at the plus 173 price. I'm going to play a prop. I agree. Brook Lopez should get less minutes, and I probably would go. They dropped his rebound prop by 1. It's now 5.5. I probably would go under, just thinking he plays a little bit less. Like I always talk about Anthony Davis, how he should be a center. I think the same thing of Giannis. So how you talked about the correlation or how you talked about you like the Bucks in the under, I think they have to make adjustments defensively because you're not going to beat the Suns going up and down just trying to outscore them. You're going to have to, like you said, take something away. So that's what I'm looking for in this game. I lean under. I feel kind of nervous about it. I haven't played it. But if I'm going to make one play today, it'll be Bucks plus 173.
Their big problem, Skee, the last game was they said, we can trade baskets with this team. We got the team to do it. Milwaukee's feeling it. No, you don't. You have Giannis, you have Drew Holiday, and you have Chris Middleton as reliable offensive options that you can go to and probably get something from them every single time out on the court, every game. Phoenix has like 6 or 7 options, right? Paul, Booker, Ayton. Crowder didn't even have a good game, but when he's on, he gives you a lot. Bridges, Cameron Payne and Cameron Johnson, they've just got so many more offensive options than Milwaukee does. So the thought process and the idea that the Bucks for a minute thought that they could trade baskets with Phoenix and just go up and down and outscore them is nonsense to me. And if they did think that, they're morons. They're idiots. But I don't know that for a fact. But if they do think that, they're idiots. Simple as that. They've got to have a different game plan tonight. You can't have everyone going off for the Suns like they did in game 1, or else this is going to be a short series. Dutch, what do you think here? Game 2, Milwaukee, Phoenix.
Yeah, man. Salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents in the chat. You already know it's all love. If you dig the content, take a second, smash that motherfucking like button real quick. Much appreciated. I'll be real quick, man. I disagree, with you, Ian, about the Holiday. He wasn't really guarding CP3. They kept switching the whole damn time. He really didn't get much on him. CP3 did have a great game. But if you're Booty's ass, you gotta put Holiday on him and lock him up. That's what it's got to be. Because Holiday did have a bad game, I will say that. But CP3 was not. They were every time I've seen it, he was attacking Portis, Lopez in that pick and roll. It's a nightmare matchup. I don't know what they're gonna do on that. And then of course they had Holiday on Booker a lot as well. But if I'm Milwaukee, I put Holiday on CP3 and don't tell him to leave. But they could do that in game 3 because this is clearly. We are the value spot here. Minus 4.5. I love it. Milwaukee in game 1, they shot 44% from the 3-point line. Made 16 of them. Plus 4 in the rebounds. Plus 3 in assists. And their bench gave them 22 motherfucking points. And they still lost the game. I don't see that happening again. I see it going back 0-2, and the series really will start from Milwaukee at home. This game is clearly start to finish for me. We are the Valley, and Skee already reaching with the referees. That don't sound too confident to me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I've been talking about it since the Lakers series. We talk about it every single series.
I'm just saying, you might want to break out that hoodie, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll keep it real short and sweet. It's over 11.5 rebounds, minus 125 for Giannis. It's over 16.5 points plus money for DeAndre Ayton, and it's the Phoenix Suns minus 4.5 full game. Those are my 3 plays. You know why we are on Ayton. You know why we're on the rebound. 17 game 1. He'll continue to do that, I believe. Let's go.
Good stuff, Dutch. See, I'm shortening the card. Like I said, in terms of the props, Giannis over rebounds. I love that. DeAndre Ayton points. Roll with that because it keeps cashing. I like Paul double. I'm keeping it shorter with the props tonight in this game. But those ones I think are really good props. Those 3 in particular. And you like in Phoenix? It's hard. I kind of think Milwaukee's got a better game in them, but I'm not sold for sure that we're going to see it. Because I do think Phoenix is going to win this series. They're going to win the championship. I'm kind of with Skee though, and I think, are they really going to blow through this Bucks team in 4 or 5 games? I mean, that would be shocking. That's a terrible job by the Bucks if that happens. They should compete better than that.
I think we'll be going back to Phoenix too. These are 2 Phoenix games that they should win. I was wrong about Giannis playing. I was definitely wrong about that. But I still believe Phoenix wins these 2 games. Milwaukee goes back 0-2, and they're in a nice spot. Win 2 games at home, and it's a brand new series.
Yep, that's true. It's we'll see. And like we say, even if Milwaukee goes down 0-2 tonight, we know they've been good at home, and they're capable of tying it up again. We'll see if they can. We'll see what happens first tonight, though. Conor Mac, what do you think tonight?
Yeah, I think it's Suns as well, Dutch. I think they win here, but I don't know if the Bucks go and win both their games at home as well. I think it's a little similar. I think the Suns are that good in defensively, might get one there and come back 3-1. In this one, I lean the Suns here at 4.5. I wish it was maybe under 4, but I like the under a little bit. I thought these teams shot it real well and then only got over by a couple of points in game 1. So I lean the under there. And we talked about, Skee, you talked about the referees with the whistle. The Suns made their free throws. Holy shit, 25 of 26. We'll see if they get that treatment again tonight. And just the other guys, I'll get into the props. Like Holiday's got to be better, especially shooting it. I mean, he had 9 assists and 7 boards. So I like his points, but 19.5, I'd rather go with his over 33.5. He's got to be big for them. He's got to play a lot better here in game 2 if the Bucks want any chance. So I'd look towards his points, rebounds, assists over 33.5. I don't mind the CP3 double you mentioned. Ian, I think Middleton, this guy's shooting over 10 threes a night. I know it's juice minus 135, 140, but he's shooting around 12 a game. I think he gets over 2.5. And the other guy's Booker. He went 1 of 8 from 3. I've stayed away from him the last 3 or 4 games. His over 2.5 threes is plus 110. I think I'm going to jump back on that tonight. With Booker. And you guys talked about Giannis, Ayton. You can't go wrong with these guys in the double-doubles. They're getting it every game, and they're eating down there. But that's it for prop-wise in this one. Oh, Crowder. I want to talk about him. The goose egg he had, I think he plays better tonight. I don't know if I pulled the trigger, but I lean his points over tonight.
Yeah, it was just such a really, really rough night for him offense. Like, he was getting great looks, like wide open. And that they got to the point where the Bucks were leaving him wide open purposely. Because he was struggling big time in game 1, Jay Crowder from the floor. So you'd expect him to be better, definitely shooting the basketball tonight. Enough to go over the point total. That's the question. I was just going to say Earl Sports Bets in the chat. Yeah. And you've been in the chat for a lot of my shows. I know the last few months. I appreciate it. But I knew you got your teams mixed up there. Not Nets in 5. Yeah, I know. Suns in 5. There you go. That's what you were trying to say. Trot Wham, what do you think? What do you like side total props tonight?
I agree with you, Ian, as well, with leaning the Bucks, and I believe Skee said it. As far as the Brook Lopez take on him playing too much, he had 37 defensive possessions out there. They had him in pick and roll, screen, switch, 32 of those times. So 32 out of 37. They were just taking advantage of him. I think they have to take him out. The only thing I bet so far was the PJ Tucker prop, points, rebounds, and assists, over 11.5. So easy to for that guy if he's Lopez is out the lineup. I think that's going to be one of those guys that take advantage. And I agree with you guys with the under as well. It's just something that I'm kind of spooked on, just because the line hasn't moved at all, and a lot of people do like the under.
It did. It moved.
Well, it moved. Okay, I thought it was at 220 and a half for the most of the game. So that's the only way I'm looking here is the Bucks. Like Skee said, maybe even early first 10 points is something I'm probably going to be looking at. First quarter Bucks, and I'm only thing I locked in so far was the PJ Tucker over points, rebounds, and assists 11.5.
I think it opened 224.5.
Yeah, the total's taken a huge hit downward.
It's taking a hit, yeah. But I think the public probably likes the over. So a little bit now we're seeing it. So it's interesting right here at this number. It's falling right here again, right around 220.
Yeah. It's definitely an under spot. It's just a question of can Milwaukee bring better defense? Because, like they say, you just can't have everybody hitting their shots and getting their cookies. Everybody got their cookies. Everybody was the cookie monsters in game one for Phoenix, other than Crowder. Crowder's the one guy that didn't have a good game, but everybody else got theirs. And that cannot happen for Milwaukee tonight. Billy Briz, glad to have you on the show today with us. What do you think for game 2 tonight?
Man, when it comes to over-unders, I don't bet over-unders unless it's the UFC. But when it comes to the side total, man, I actually siding with Skee, man. Since 2010, game 2 favorites coming off a game 1 win are just 3-7 against the spread and 4-6 straight up. So that's about a 10-year sample size right there. And then nobody's talked about Dario Saric, even though he's a role player that's really going to hurt the Suns this season. The Suns have outscored their opponents by 12 points per 100 possessions in the playoffs with Saric on the floor. So without them, they have 3 options. Play DeAndre Ayton 48 minutes, which isn't going to happen. Play Frank Kaminsky, who only got 3 minutes as soon as Saric came out and looked fucking terrible. And then option 3, play Torrey Craig in small ball lineups. And Torrey Craig was -10 in game 1. When it comes to the props, the 2 props that I like, Mikal Bridges over 11.5 points at +102. Bridges is going to have to play 32-plus minutes here in this series, especially without Dario Saric in the rotation. He'll be the main beneficiary of those missed minutes. And then the other prop that I like is Devin Booker under 4.5 assists at -124. The way the Bucks are playing the pick and rolls, they're blitzing the screen and having the help defender come over. And since CP3's been back, he's gone over 4.5 assists only 40% of the time. So he's playing more of the off-ball role than the actual playmaking role. So I really like that prop. And then the 2 props that I like on the Milwaukee side, over 2.5 threes at -146 for Chris Middleton. The Suns' biggest issue in game 1 was how they defended the 3-point line. The Bucks had 44% behind the 3-point line. Out of those 36 attempted shots in game 1, 31 of those shots didn't have a Sun defender within 4 feet of a shooter, and 17 of those shots didn't have a defender within 6 feet of the shooter. So I think that Middleton goes over that prop pretty easily, and the Suns aren't defending the 3-point line well. And then my favorite prop of the day is going to be Drew Holiday over 4.5 rebounds. He's gone over this total 10 out of 18 games this playoffs. 4 out of those 5 games were huge blowouts with a 29-point margin or higher. When Holiday has played 36 minutes or more, he's hit this prop at a 20 out of 28 games. So that's a 71% hit rate, and he's averaging 6.4 rebounds when he's playing 35-plus minutes. So those are my 4 props, and the side I'm going with.
That's some good shit, but I will say, I gotta say, bro, sorry, just trash though, bro. I agree with Razor, man. I'm happy that motherfucker ain't on the court. All right, that was some good shit though, Billy. Yeah, but sorry.
He stretched the floor though, bro. He stretched the floor.
He's a bum though, bro. I can't stand that motherfucker. He play no defense. He gets the ball, act like he don't know what to do with it.
It's like him or Frank though. So it's like you gotta roll with him.
Give me more Torrey Craig. You said it. I'll take him. I guess his numbers weren't too good with him on the floor in game 1, but I'll take him over.
He'll defend. Torrey Craig will defend. Dario Saric.
And he strokes at open 3, spreads the court too on offensive end. So I'll fuck with him.
I like that's why Monty Williams won Coach of the Year this year for his figure. Saying after late in the Clippers series, I got to get Torrey Craig more minutes. I got to put him on the floor more. He's a good defender. He's a plus defender. Like Dutch said, he can make a 3-ball as well from the perimeter. And that was a good decision by him. And it's really what helped, really put the old screws down on the Clippers at the end of that series. He played great defense. That clinching game, his defense was outstanding against the LA Clippers. So it was a great decision. Give that guy more floor time, no question. I like a lot of those props. And Billy's prop with Chris Middleton over 2.5 threes. All it takes is like half a quarter for him to hit that. because he can just get 3, 4, 5 of those in a row, like he did in the third quarter of game 6 in Atlanta,
Yeah.
or game 5 against
12 a
Atlanta.
game.
That
Yeah,
guy's
that's what I
not a
like
guy I'm
about
looking
it,
to
yeah.
bet unders right now, Connor,
Yeah.
with his props. I'm not looking to bet Chris Middleton under points, under threes right now, because it seems like every game he's taken it upon himself that I've got to be one of the key offensive weapon for the Bucks. And he did that at the end of the Atlanta series. He was very good, I thought, in game 1, shooting the ball, even though they lost the game. So makes sense to ride the wave with Chris Middleton right now. As well. Great stuff from Connor, Dutch, Skee, Trot Wham, and Billy Briz here on the NBA Pub Hub. We'll get to best bets and Dutch's freshest look in just a second. Before we do that, though, shout out to the chat. And Dutch always says, hit the motherfucking like button, as he would say here on the show. You got to hit it. Hit that like button. 110 live views, MMA Locker Room, Talk Sports with JT, Eric Chang, Platinum Paul, MDR24, Lucky Power, Ray Charles, what I say, dun, 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 Ray Charles. There we go. Harold Williams, Anthony Witherspoon, Emily Aguilera, Gabe Martinez, Whack Prescott, Lit Picks, Anthony Witherspoon, your mama friend, Emily Aguilera, Sharpie, David Sharp, who's with us on the baseball show on Saturdays. Let's see who else we got. Base Farrar, Harold Williams, Christian Rivas. Thanks to Lucky Power, Earl Sports Bets, Boston Nick, I Need Money. Thanks to every Sideshow 811, Guillermo Zertucci, welcome in. Rainbow the God, welcome in everybody to the show. I hope you're enjoying it, and thanks for tuning in to the NBA Pub. Jonathan Thompson, James McGinnis as well, Jeff Wortman. Thanks to everybody in the chat. We'll get to best bets and Dutch's freshest look now in just a second, but first, messages from Manscaped and Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, be sure to stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke as well at Southtown 101. Manscaped, promo code PubSports. Get 20% off your purchase of the Lawnmower 4.0 or any product at manscaped.com by using that promo code PubSports. And mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports. We got the NBA Finals at the end of the NBA season winding down, but you can still get in there and bet the NBA Finals each game at that mybookie.ag. Football season right around the corner. I can't wait. NFL and college football. It's going to be here before you know it, a month away. So no better time than right now to try out mybookie.ag. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit as well. So mybookie.ag, check them out, sign up for an account, and use the promo code PubSports. All right, before we get to best bets, by the way, I just saw Andre Scrub came into the game for this Astros game I've got on the television. And boy, he's living up to his last name with that 5.8 ERA that he's got this season. Boy, you're living up to your name now, aren't you, boy? I mean, Andre Scrub, 5.8 ERA. It's just perfect that he's got that kind of statistic next to his name. But he's in the game for the Astros now. Best bets, Game 2, NBA Finals. Let's rock and roll. We got 6 guys that are going to feed best bets at you. So it's hopefully a big-time money-making night here when it comes to Game 2. Skee Profit, we'll start with you. What do you like for best bet?
Yeah, I've been doing good on total, so if I was going to play the total, it would be under. But best bet, I mean, I'll still go and talk about what I talked about earlier. And I see Rainbow the God. I see you over there. He says, taking the Bucks, can't trust sober Dutch. Hey, I'm not.
Comment of the day.
Yeah, I love the comment. But I'm going to go to the Bucks money line, man. And I talked about the refs. So I'm going to give a shout out to my boy, John Ryan. This is also his angle of the day.
The computer.
He says, bet on road
man.
teams in the playoffs. When the road team's previous game free throw rate is 10% or lower, and the road team made fewer than 10 free throws in the previous game, 20-10 against the spread. So I feel like his angle is saying what I'm saying. The Bucks are gonna get some calls tonight. So Bucks money line for me.
Shout out to John Ryan.
This got Foster tonight. I don't know. That's the question.
Shout out to that look.
Give it to the Bucks probably because favor the team that's trailing in the series. They need a little help. We'll just have to wait and see. But liking the Bucks +5. Full game, right, Skee?
Yeah.
Money line. You're like a money line.
Oh no, money line, right?
Money line.
Yeah.
All right, money
Plus
line.
173.
All right, there you go. +173. Milwaukee Bucks. You're right. It makes sense. Phoenix usually when they win, they cover. So why bother taking the points? Just go right to the money line. No Scott Foster, and I thank goodness, man. Keep that freaking guy out of the finals. That's all please. I'm begging you, Silver, begging you, keep him out of the finals. Nobody wants to see that nonsense and that clown show up in the NBA finals. Milwaukee money line for Skee Profit, his best bet. Dutch boy, Fresh, what do you like for your freshest look?
Yeah. I keep getting questions about it in the Rainbow of the God. He's pretty funny. Nah, man, I'm loaded right now. I smoked right before the show. Mom Duke said, hey, can you do one damn show without that joint? I said, okay, I'll do it. Mom. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I got my plane right now is because of her. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm missing that motherfucker. But we'll get right to it right afterwards.
You gotta have it blunt, bro.
So, but I'll never do a show sober. Believe that. That shit just won't happen. But yeah, man, that sounds like you brought John Ryan on the free throws, the referee. Boy, you better hope the stripes are on your side tonight, Skee, because it's the Suns early and often. Believe that, bro. -4.5 all motherfucking day. That is the freshest look, and it's what we like to call good money. That's all I got to say.
All right, Phoenix Suns -4.5. Freshest look for Dutch boy Fresh here. Conor Mac, where are you going for best bet for game 2 tonight?
I'm going to go with Middleton. I'll give you 2 because I want 1 plus money. He shoots better tonight. Middleton gets over 2.5 threes. We talked about -135. But give me Booker. He gets over 2.5 at +110. His shot's a lot better. I've been off him a while. He went 1 of 8. He gets 3 tonight.
There we go. All right, good stuff there. Devin Booker getting to that over 2.5 3-pointers tonight for Conor Mac with his best bet. Trot Wham, what do you got? Best bet?
Yes, best bet is the only bet I made so far. So it's the PJ Tucker over 11.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Think that Giannis is going to be at the 5, something that Coach Bud alluded to a little bit, and I think that's going to be what we're seeing here. And I want to add a little bit to this rivalry here with Dutch and Skee. I kind of side with Skee here with the money line. Zach Zabra at his finals appearance.
Zarba the Greek? We got Zarba the
Greek. He's 2-5 favoring the road team here. He's 2-5 favoring the road team. Maybe that's pointing out to Skee there, but I'll leave it at there.
Boy, you gotta dig and dig, boy. You better keep digging.
Hey, you know what I want to say?
Let me hear some more. Yeah. Have anybody got any more? Billy, hit me with something, brother.
Real quick, a lot of people not digging the John Ryan angle. Hey, if you don't want the numbers, use your eyes. Your eyes tell you that they called all the fouls for the Suns. You can use the numbers or use your eyes, whatever you want.
I just want to know how long that shit went back though. Like that, I don't.
Hey,
like was that last 30
years?
The
80s? last 10 years of the playoffs, 30 games.
Okay, 10 years, goddamn, a long time ago. Yeah, we good though. What's Billy got for us?
I know your eyes.
I'll let Skee finish first.
I'm done. We'll go back and forth all day.
All he got is referees and shit, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Before I get to my best bet, though, make sure you hit that pinned tweet on my Twitter account at Getting Bills. We got a Pub Sports Radio $25 gift card giveaway. You have to quote the tweet and let us know how many total strikes will be thrown in the Sugar Show fight. I got to throw in the glasses for my man, the Sugar Show, man. Sugar Show's fighting this weekend. Make sure you check out that pinned tweet and get yourself some free merch. My best bet for plus money, I'm gonna have to go with Mikal Bridges with the Dario Saric angle, and then for my best bet, I'm gonna have to really go with Drew Holiday over 4.5 rebounds. It's juiced as hell at -146, but if it's hitting at a 71% hit rate, and I think the Bucks are gonna win, I'm gonna take that one right to the bank. And my FanDuel lineup, since I can't give out a DraftKings lineup for tonight, because DraftKings is on some bullshit. FanDuel lineup tonight is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo at the MVP position, Chris Paul, Drew Holiday, Mikal Bridges, and Torrey Craig. Play that lineup. Win yourself some money this week.
All right, good stuff. Yeah, check out that contest as well that Billy mentioned. Get involved with that as well. Huge UFC this weekend for sure. Poirier and McGregor 3. Looking forward to that for sure. It's going to be an awesome event. Hopefully it will. These big events that the UFC puts on, sometimes they don't live up. Sometimes they do. Hopefully this is one of those ones that does live up to the hype. My best bet is going to be, let's go for a plus price here with best bet. Player prop time, CP3 double plus $110 is what you can get with that right now. It actually was up near plus 120, plus 130 earlier in the day. There's been some money coming in on it. I think we get there because I think Chris Paul be dishing a little bit more tonight. They'll at least force him to pass a little bit more. He'll still get 10 points, of course. He'll get to there. It's just a matter of, can he get to the 10 assists that you need? I think so. I think you'll see him dish the ball. He'll set up Devin. He'll set up DeAndre with the alley-oop passes. You name it. I think Chris Paul's been flirting with double-doubles for basically like me with girls, flirting for weeks and months with double-doubles, not getting anything. And now basically he's got a chance, I think, tonight to actually get it. So Chris Paul, double-double, plus 110. I think tonight's the night he gets that double-double. Best bet for me on the Pub Sports Radio NBA Pub Hub show for Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Look, it's 6 of us. We just don't want to sign off after the best bets. We want to go around the floor. One last word, one final comment before we sign off around the horn. We'll start with Skee. What do you got?
I'm sorry, you said final comment?
Yeah.
You guys know what I've been talking about. Hey, I'll ask you a question. My final comment, I'll ask Dutch. Hey, do you remember? This is just one thing I remember off the top of my head. Aren't you supposed to review everything in the last 2 minutes of a game? And I can remember some Suns games where the refs just don't even care no more all of a sudden because the Suns are going to win or the ball going off. What is it? Payne's hand? It's been plenty of times. I know y'all see this, man. Don't act like you don't see it.
I see it.
Yeah, I don't know. Every game we could pick out some bullshit refereeing, so I don't know. Like every fucking game, there's bullshit calls on both sides of it. So I don't think it's just the Phoenix Suns. Ski. Sounds like a reach to me, bruh. Sounds like a reach, but it's all good.
I don't like
Let's
that.
hope we don't hear the referees tonight decide anything, because I don't want to hear tomorrow that the stripes cost the Bucks the game, because it's clearly Phoenix. They're just a better team in my opinion at home, but we'll see.
Like if you hit someone with your hand or your arm, and that's clearly a foul, but I don't like when the chest-to-chest contact gets called underneath the basket when you're bumping for or looking for a rebound. There's just a battle. There's a little chest-to-chest contact, and they'll call that. I hate that. Those are the calls I don't want to see. You got to have some physicality in the low post these days. These guys like Bill Laimbeer and Isaiah Thomas, Piston teams from back in the day, they're laughing at some of these calls that said, look at the basketball from our days, and we'd rough it up in the paint, and we wouldn't have every little knick-knack little foul called throughout the game. So that's the problem. Things have changed. The whistle's a lot tighter, and I don't know if that's going to change. Final words from Dutch. What do you got?
Yeah, realistically, I just think Ski Salty is starting to show off from when them Suns knocking out the Lakers. Really, I think that's what it's coming all back to now. His boys are at home, and he's seeing, damn, he's about to win this motherfucker. He's getting salty. And I just gotta say, in any debate, whether it be any debate, if you're bringing up referees, the umpires, or anything to start off your shit, you automatically lose. That's just what it is. That's what I got to say about that.
Yeah.
It's all right. We'll get Scott Foster on your ass next game.
Look.
He's coming to get you, Dutch. Scott Foster, yeah. You're gonna have nightmares. You're gonna hear whistles going off in your sleep. Like, stop! Stop blowing the whistle.
You too, Wham. Or on Sunday.
All right, C-Mac, final words.
I'll be quick. I think the Suns win game 2. Whether it's tied or not, we'll see with the rest. But I want to use this time. Check out my guy, Razor Sharp Picks, tonight. I forgot to do it. We forgot to say his name in there. He mentioned it. So check him out. It's either 4 or 4:30. He'll put it in the chat. West 7:30 East Coast time. Join us. Maybe Dutch, Ski, you guys could jump on. Have the basketball game on too. Jimmy will be on there. Jimmy's mom's gonna make an appearance. Nice. So it should be lots of fun. So anybody wants to join on, bet the ponies with us. It'll be a fun time. That's it.
There you go. Razor sharp with the not just horse racing. We'll be talking NBA finals as well.
Oh yeah.
Game 2 ongoing for sure, but definitely some ponies as well. Here. There we go.
Here we go.
There for tonight. Trot Wham. Final words before game 2 tonight.
Oh man, I just appreciate you guys for having me on, especially when we get some Babano sound effects. Just love those, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, and then allude to the Razor show as well. Hopefully, I'll be able to hop on. I'm going to go to amusement park with the kids, coming straight to Razor show. Hopefully, after I get off of that, so hopefully I'll be on there as well. And we cash the Tucker prop there. I might slide on and get on this Skee Dutch battle, man. I might slide on, but I'm not doing it yet. I'll fill out there. But appreciate you guys, man, for having me on. You already know.
Oh, yeah. Great to have you, Trot Wham. And yeah, like I always say about the animal sounds and the karaoke singing spontaneously and all this stuff that I do. Like I've said for years, the white coats are coming. They're just stuck in traffic. But they'll get here. I'm sure that's going to end up happening. Billy Briz, great to have you on the show for the first time. Final words from you.
Yeah, my final words. Thank you for the invite. And it's the eve of UFC 264 weigh-ins. It's Sugar Show Fight Week. My bad. I meant to say the trilogy, but we're about to nail the bookies across the motherfucking head, get this cash, and they're really going to be real bad once we start cashing these O'Malley props and Saturday night. Shit, you might see me on Sunday with a bubble coat and a whole entire fucking around me and everything.
That's right.
Really fanboying out, man. This guy.
It is.
O'Malley.
Hey, everybody's got their favorites. I grew up a Sabre fan. It didn't get me anywhere, but yeah, I was. But I've had to park that, and I'm happy to park that now because they've sucked for so long. But we all have our favorite teams, our favorite athletes, and Billy is
in the golden ticket raffle. Also, make sure you check out Big Show and my Twitter account. Get yourself some free Pub Sports Radio merch.
Absolutely. Get on that for sure. And with that, we're going to put a bow on this edition of the NBA Pub Hub. Game 2 NBA Finals tonight, Bucks and Suns. Get ready for it. We're excited. We will be back on Sunday. Note the start time, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, Sunday for Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns. So join us for that. For Skee Profit, Dutch Boy Fresh, Conor Mac, Trot Wham, Billy Briz, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Thursday night. Enjoy Game 2 of the NBA Finals. We'll see you again Sunday for Game 3 right here on the NBA Pub Hub on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. Salute to the chat, the real ones. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and hit the subscribe button. Stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest.
We be playing!
We are the
Game 2.